Hello, my special friends whom I love so much. Welcome back to the Sports Distraction Podcast. Up top, as always, follow us on Twitter at sports_pod100. Follow YouTube, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever the fuck. If you know anyone who's a part of Raptors Twitter, please, for the love of God, follow me. Having friends online is nice because the government has made having friends in real life illegal. So
It's true. I had no friends in real life to start, so it's not a big difference for me.
Yeah, COVID happened and now I'm a complete loser. This sucks.
Yeah.
No, nothing's really different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said to you before, by the time people are hearing this, in 1 week's time, I'll be get my first shot of the vax. I'm gonna have autism and have a microchip in me and all the stuff people say vaccines do to you. But I don't give a fuck because I want movie theaters to
Oh, you
open
know how
back.
it is.
I want the movies back. So
Yeah, I want to see Dune in theaters, okay?
and put whatever the fuck you want in me, Doc. I don't give a shit. I just want to. I want to go to a live basketball game again.
Well, okay, so for me
Of
personally, hockey, basketball, baseball, right?
course.
I was sitting watching a baseball game, my third favorite sport,
Yeah.
fantasizing about going to a game. Like, oh, it'd be so really,
Yeah.
really fantasizing about it.
Not even the one you like a lot. Just being like, damn. Imagine if we were
Oh my god, it'd be so cool to go to that.
seeing it live, baby. Nothing like it. Yeah. That's so
It's like, oh my
true.
god.
And then just I think like vaccines is part of what will bring the Raptors back to Toronto. Because I don't know if you watched the Wizards game Thursday night.
I watched the last quarter
Absolutely,
and OT.
yeah, absolutely despicable from the spectators, not even fans, present at Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida, booing our precious Pascal Siakam when he's at the free throw line.
Not nice.
I slept on it, and I was thinking about it all day at work, and I'm ready to fight the entire population of Tampa, Florida. Lay your guns aside and
Is this not what people do every time people go to the free throw line, though?
no. In what is
Guy's
meant
doing a free throw at in Toronto, and the guy's like, "Woo! Look at me! Look at me!
yeah.
Fuck up!
Yeah, but
Don't throw good."
what is meant to be your home court arena? People booing you?
Oh, right,
Think people are
right.
No, yeah, people in Toronto are trying to distract the Raptors when they're making their free throws. Not the other team.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
It's,
A genius of broadcasting. We
never
should try
mind.
to
Guys.
leverage this into getting our own radio show. Being on the radio seems so fucking easy. I was listening to it at work today.
We could do it.
These people talk for about 12 minutes every 3 hours.
Yeah, basketball and
Well, and then they
okay, here we
then
go.
they take calls and it just sounds like absolute shit. Yeah, so this is the quiz, and then you do the quiz, and it's like, okay, here's what the fuck? Here's driver's license for the 6th time today.
Then I call in with this mic. It's like, oh, hey,
I call in. Hi, am I on the air? Yeah, you're on with 105.9 The Gay. Fuck. And just hang up. I got it on there.
You know what, Mason? It's
What?
not nice.
Using the of talking like a normal person to the person who screens the calls, and then once I'm live, acting foolish.
Yeah, just like hell yeah, yeah. You just totally like absolute baseline. Oh, this guy's just like everyone else. He's awesome.
A fan of the show.
All right, you're on the air. Bleh.
You're on the air. I love my wife. That's what I would say, and hang up. Okay.
All right. Do we have someone else on the air? We don't. We don't have anyone else lined up. Dang it.
I guess I just have to fill 3 minutes. Start screaming in terror.
I only have to fill 2 minutes at a time normally. I
Yeah.
don't got 3 minutes, man.
I usually only got to do about 28 seconds between songs. So, yeah, so that was Nirvana. Coming up next,
Yeah, I say, yeah.
coming up next is
I was about to
Metallica's
say,
One. No,
you say the song that just played, you say what you're doing, you
hmm.
say the next song,
You say, yeah,
you
you
go
say,
to the next song.
you say what you heard, the radio station, what time it is, and then the next song, and then
Yeah. It's 10 degrees.
you put your head
You're
between
listening.
your knees because you had too many mental afflictions to go into television, so you had to go into radio, and you have a panic attack every time you're on the mic. Right?
You got it.
So fucking true.
Panic
Well,
attacks.
it's towards the end of the season, everybody. So, and it looks like
The super end of the season.
I think there's 5 games left for most teams.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, oh, who's going to win Rookie of the Year? Who's going to win Most Improved? We would like to welcome you all to the first annual Sporty Awards, the Sports Distraction Podcast accolade for the 10 categories I came up with at work today.
The real awards.
These are the awards that matter. So like they put up the stat, oh, Chris Paul, maybe he doesn't have a ring, but he has this many MVPs, he has this many all NBAs. But does he have a Sporty Award is the question.
And they're like, huh? It's just like, yeah, that's what I thought.
They say, are you talking about that podcast? We can't we're not meant to be affiliated with that podcast. Yeah, that's like there's these people on Raptors Twitter. I'll shout them out at Raptors Nation Podcast. They put out their first episode of their show. A couple people have been following on Raptors Twitter for a bit, but this obviously isn't hate towards them or anything. No shade, but like they're definitely doing like a professional job of it. Like they're having like sports media guests
What
on
an
it.
asshole you are to say that.
Well,
they're doing a professional job. Jesus Christ.
They're doing it, whereas we're doing a terrible job and not taking it seriously whatsoever. They're taking it seriously and trying to build it as like a brand and like a piece of media. But like it made me think, I'm like, would we want that to like be like, hey, so today on the show is an analyst. So what's up, dude? Would you want that? Would we be able to get them in? Would we be
just talking?
Yeah.
I just can't even fake it. I can't even fake interest. It's just like, oh my god.
Well, because when you look at Birch's numbers since joining the Raptors, dude, shut up, bro.
Say something that's inappropriate or something.
Can you do Raymond? Can you do Ray Romano? Excuse me?
It's kind of like this.
Deborah, right? You ever watch that show? You ever watch that show, Adrian Wojnarowski? What's your favorite Disney movie? Psych?
Just
messing with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. But yeah, so shout out to them doing a very good job. Despite how they have one episode and we have what feels like fucking a billion, and we're still just, it's about incremental growth. It's not about starting hot.
And we're also going to go back to doing one a week. Because doing 2 a week was pointless.
I think doing 2 a week was fun. I think it was just because I like talking to you.
Yeah, we could just talk to each other one day and then record a podcast the other day.
Yeah, you just hang out. We could hang out analog. This is hanging out, whatever the other word is. This is digital hangout.
Digitally.
Analog hanging out. Yeah, that's so fucking true.
Like I tell a kid in the future, it's analog, and they're gonna be like, "Pardon?"
That's so
the
true,
fuck is
dude.
Analog?
You're gonna go up to a kid and say, "Yeah, you might listen to Lil Nas X, but in my day we had Aerosmith and the Rolling Stones." This is what real rock music is like.
And that kid's gonna go, I don't listen to that gay shit. You're like,
That
whoa.
kid's gonna call you a gay slur, and because all the woke scolding has had the opposite effect that everyone wanted it to. So now everyone's hyper, like even worse than we are now.
People think it's cool.
People think it's
like,
funny.
oh, what?
People think it's funny again, and then you go up to a kid and you're like, "Hey, I'm going to tell you about a little show called South Park. It's going to blow your mind." And then they shoot you in the head because they hate you. Yeah. All right. So the first annual Sporty Awards, we're going to start off with the individual awards. Matt has not been briefed on these whatsoever. So
I'm coming to these dry.
Feel free. So he's honestly, he's part of the audience right now, folks. But so the individual awards start off with the Chillest Bloke Award, awarded to the coolest guy in the league. I
think I know who it is.
You see, I'm going to throw you a curveball here. The award goes to this year, Kyrie Irving.
What?
Oh my God, he's here to accept. I'm just kidding. But what?
Kyrie Irving.
But the honorable mention goes to John Wall.
Yeah, John Wall.
Yeah, he's cool. But Kyrie Irving, for me, I just like, because he's taken a bunch of days, like obviously he's taking a bunch of games off for like personal stuff and like to see his family, and he just kind of plays whenever he wants, and he's doing like the shit where he burns sage and like doing his like meditation and stuff like that. That's cool because he's exactly who he is. You know what I mean? I saw this interview with him where it's like Kyrie's I guess it comes down to what you think is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So for me, Kyrie Irving takes the Chillest Bloke Award. Who would you give it to?
Well, like John Wall's pretty cool. I even like Donovan Mitchell. I feel that way.
Interesting. Okay.
He's like chill and like he never gets heated like during the game. He just like always relaxed during the game.
Yeah.
No matter what calls are on him.
So he is a pretty
that.
He's a pretty chill bloke, I suppose. I think just because he plays for the Jazz, I'm like, loser.
Doesn't like Kyrie Irving say like a bunch of dumb shit online too?
Not really. People are like, "Oh, he thinks the Earth is flat." It's like, dude, who gives a fuck? You like I've only had correct opinions. I've never said anything wrong. I just like him because this gets back to my liking like Kanye West and Dennis Rodman and like eccentric kind of interesting people. You know what I mean? Where they're kind of
they're not chill though.
Well, sorry that a chillest bloke is for the coolest guy. So I'm throwing a lot of language in there.
The coolest guy.
Cool.
Okay.
What do you think
coolest
is cool?
Guy.
So Donovan Mitchell would win your chillest guy.
Yeah. Maybe like Serge Ibaka. He's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. He has a large penis, I've heard too. Which
that's the coolest thing you can have.
That's the coolest you can get right there, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, Serge that's a good one. But I gave it to Kyrie. So you want to lock yours in as Serge?
Yes.
Mr. Ibaka?
With the proper definition of the award, I'm going with Serge.
Awarded to the coolest guy. Yeah, so a lot of the titles are jokes, but then the actual award is clarified. It's just for the fellow single-digit IQ listeners like Matt, then not listening to the
chillest bloke. I'm like, okay.
Chillest bloke. Okay.
I know what that means.
I heard that and then nothing. I wasn't paying attention to the rest. My mind was already racing. Okay, how am I going
to figure it out? Okay,
How am I going to interrupt him here? How am I going to talk over him in the next? Yeah. So next up, this is a deep reference.
I'm just going to wait for the internet to fuck up and.
Yeah, it has been. I desperately need a new laptop. So, Mr. Beast, I know it was your birthday today, on Friday. If you're listening, send me a MacBook or something instead of filling your brother's house with Orbeez and then buying him a new one or whatever the fuck you do. Yeah. I know he's getting those checks from whatever the fuck. What's that called? Honey? The browser thing?
Well,
So
it's just
he's
like you have a bag of 1,000 Orbeez, but what about a bag of 2 trillion Orbeez?
what
We're gonna
even
see what that does to a house.
is Orbeez like do you eat it? What is it?
No, it's just like a little weird thing that fills up with water,
Oh, it's just a
and they look
microplastic.
nice. Yeah, they look. Yeah, exactly.
It's just
Like, we
plastic
gotta
that
get these
they're gonna put
plastics
in.
into more stuff.
Yeah, we got to put more plastic into the groundwater and like the sewage runoff. We need more plastic in there. So let's make Orbeez. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Beast. But up next, deep reference this one, the the Shamar Moore Silly Fun with the Homies Award for the funniest guy in the league.
Funniest guy in the league.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you my two
Okay,
first?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Based off his one interview, a runner-up is Cole Anthony because he was having a lot of silly fun with the homies on that after he hit that game winner against the Grizzlies the other day. If you haven't watched that post-game presser, folks, go ahead and watch that. It's very funny. But he gets the runner-up. But the award goes to, in my opinion, Anthony Edwards, rookie for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's so fucking funny.
Now, the Minnesota, correct me. You gotta correct or help me out here. Which team just got bought by A-Rod?
Yeah, that's the T-Wolves.
T-Wolves. And was he not the guy who was just like,
Yeah.
so what do you think about A-Rod?
I don't know who that is.
Who the fuck you talking about? Yeah, that guy's obviously the funniest. That's so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah, so who's the new owner of your team? This is the new owner of your team. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't care who. Huh?
He's like one of the most famous baseball players ever, man. Ever.
Well, it's funny because people like dug it up because he did an interview earlier in the season. Because in that interview, he's like, well, I don't know anything about baseball, so that's why. And then there's an interview he did like, I think 2 weeks into the season or some shit, where they're like, oh, so like you think you could play like any sport? He's like, yeah, football, baseball. Yeah, I played baseball as a kid. Like if so
it's just like lying just to be an ass.
Just
love it.
Well, that and then also what the fuck else do you say? Oh, they're talking about like, oh, the Timberwolves are having some fourth quarter success as of late. Can you speak on that a little bit? It's like, yeah, earlier in the season I wasn't playing in the fourth. Coach wasn't playing me, so now we're winning because I'm playing in the fourth. All right, man. Yeah. Nice. And then also Chris Paul's kind of funny. There's like a lot of compilations of him being a goofy ass on the court. The one like the best funny Chris Paul clip I've seen, it's in the Warriors Rockets Western Conference Final. And I think it's Iguodala like kind of swings his arm reaching for a rebound and misses Chris Paul and like he flops and like covers his mouth like he got hit. But then like zooms in on him and you can see he's smiling behind his hand because
nice.
He's like, yeah, it was that's pretty funny. And then when he hit that 3 on Steph and did the shimmy at him, that was funny. I think it's just because he's like, that's all you got? Nice. We're gonna eventually replace you with the Duke Nukem and Garfield soundboard. Or Duke Nukem and Winnie the Pooh.
Why? Just so like you have a person that can go, oh bother.
Yeah.
And then I can go, oh yeah.
Yeah. So you can very good. And then oh, that's the two things that'd be funny if this like the podcast just like fucking what's that? Is that devolves?
Degenerates?
Yeah, it just fucking turns into me talking to a soundboard. I'm just completely losing my mind.
Hey folks, yeah, losing it.
Yeah, isn't that right? Milhouse from The Simpsons. But my cuffs are bone dry.
Everything's coming up, Milhouse.
That's right, Milhouse. What do you think about it, Pooh? No, cannot do it. Canceled. Yeah. All right. The next, hey, speaking of freaking canceled, the goof of the year, awarded to the biggest oops of the season. Who do you think this one's going to go to?
Wow. Biggest oops of the season.
Who's going to get the goof of the year?
Who fucked up so bad that they deserve this award?
Well, it's kind of tough because this person is no longer, I don't think he's even in the league anymore. So it was that
Is
bad.
he a former Raptor?
No. I guess Terrence Davis did have a bit of an oops in New York that one night.
You can call it an oops, I guess.
I guess that's how I would describe an assault. Damn, he really goofed.
Oh, oops.
He was really messing
Whoops,
up.
sorry.
There's a guy with a slide whistle. He's yelling at his girlfriend. Yeah. He's yelling at his girlfriend. A bunch of playing cards fell out of his sleeve. No, oops. The goof of the year awarded to the biggest oops of the season goes to your friend and not mine, former Miami Heat center Myers Leonard, for dropping the K slur on stream and then getting relegated to the OKC Thunder and then getting bought out. So way to go, Miles.
Like, we're gonna put you
or Myers, sorry.
We're gonna put you on a terrible team, and then
you're gonna get
that team is gonna fire you.
Yeah, we're gonna send you and a pick to the Thunder, and then you can just stream full time now, my friend. You don't even have to. You don't got to come into work.
Isn't that
more.
Nice?
Now you get to just game with the fellas. So those were some pretty softball awards, but I think this one is going to be the most contested, the most. The biggest margin for debate, I suppose.
Okay.
Coming up next on the docket is the Me Likey Award for the hottest guy in the league.
Ooh, shit.
This is very tough.
Ooh, shit.
Actually, while you think about it, anyone who's listening, follow the Twitter, follow the Instagram, DM me or reply to any of the tweets with your setup of this, like who you would give certain awards to and shit. I know you're all cowards and you won't do it, but if you follow me on Twitter and you do it, I will be happy. Think about that. It takes 5 seconds and you'll make me happy. What do you can't picture a single face.
I always go through like the Raptors first, and it's like, oh god damn, all these people are uggos.
Whoa. That's tough
uggos.
Talk. Well, no, that's you just made a lot of Raptors Twitters angry, because an honorable mention, which unfortunately means I'm not giving the Me Likey Award to him, is Raptors' own Gary Trent Jr. He's a handsome guy.
Really?
What?
With that weird ass hairline.
You know,
weird ass fucking dangly nothing.
Hang on. Here's Matt's answer. I don't know. Gordon Hayward. I don't know. Luka Doncic. I don't know. Kristaps Porzingis. Is that the issue here? I think we're seeing.
What was that guy who used to play for Toronto? Matt Thomas. That guy's pretty handsome.
He's a who else?
Ugly as fuck.
Ignas Brizlikis. Steve Nash. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, one of those guys.
He's a coach now. He technically counts. It's coaching.
Yeah, I don't know what about those guys I like, but yeah, one of those guys.
I look at them and think, oh, those guys are strong. Oh, those guys are command a room. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, some about those guys. They just seem nice. Those guys. No, but Gary Trent Jr. is very handsome. He's just like, if you just don't like his he has dreads, but also bangs somehow.
It's like, oh my god, that looks brutal.
It's not for you. He looks like The Weeknd. He looks exactly like The Weeknd.
Just trying to think of like teams.
Well, because a lot of people.
This is impossible.
A lot of people say Kelly Oubre is a handsome guy. It's just because he has those piercing eyes. But for me, if I were to be a gay man, I don't want a pretty boy like that. I want like a, You say like a rugged, handsome guy.
I don't want to give like the same answer I just already gave, but Serge Ibaka
So
again.
Serge is a handsome guy.
Very handsome.
Very handsome guy. Again, large penis. That's got to count for something. But ladies and gentlemen,
that's half of it.
The official Me Likey Award for hottest guy in the league. Ladies, this one's for you. Jimmy Butler. He's a handsome guy, man.
Jimmy Butler.
He did what did he do? He did like, I don't know if it was like GQ or something. He did some magazine and he's like ripped. He looks like very good.
Oh, is he ripped? That makes okay. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking because he's a basketball player.
He's a pro athlete, so he should be in relatively good shape.
But there are people that are not in shape at all, even.
And they still, it's like James Harden. He still just crushes. He's got like a bit of a belly. That's sick. That's almost cooler. But
that is pretty cool.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, and like he lets his hair go out, and he's like a funny guy. I know I may be perceived as a Jimmy hater, but from one handsome man to another,
yeah.
Jimmy, would you accept this rose? He likes country music too.
Yeah, I guess
Isn't that funny? I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in Ibaka again.
Ibaka locked in, taking home his second Sporty of the night. Serge Ibaka and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, was I gonna? Yeah, I don't know. Jimmy Butler, he picks me up, he carries me, kicks the door open, he throws me on the rose petal bed. I call him James.
Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ, how heavy are you? I'm only like 200 pounds.
He's pouring sweat. Yeah, Jimmy's a cool guy. Hottest guy in the league, Jimmy Butler and Serge Ibaka. Up next, kind of adjacent to the next two are kind of hot guy adjacent topics. The Locks I Love Award for best hair in the league. Who has the best hair? My man on his damn phone instead of.
Well, I'm just trying to like look at Jimmy Butler and you know what? Jimmy Butler's a pretty good answer.
He's a handsome guy.
He's pretty good. That's a pretty good answer, man.
In the off season, we'll try to have a guest on for that one because that'd be fun. Because like when there's not like any news or games or shit, we'll just do. I was thinking of doing like our all handsome team. It's like the most handsome starting five we can put together. And like just
I would actually research that one.
The all blank teams, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we do the all under 6'5" team, the all handsome team,
the all the all like you and me team, you know what I mean?
Just say the all white team. What are you afraid of? What's gonna happen?
The all right team. The all right team.
Yeah, get them. Yeah, tell they ass.
Boom.
Yeah. The Locks I Love Award for best hair in the league. Runner up for me goes to Jared Allen for having a fucking gigantic afro and still just.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Being one of the best rim protectors. Good. Yeah. And he puts the headband on too, and it just looks like a big fucking light bulb because it like tapers it at the bottom. And like he's like
looks like fucking Toad.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like one of those like lanterns that you put the candle in and it just floats away. Like a weather balloon or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Locks I Love Award for best hair in the league goes to Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets. Nick Claxton, who's that, mad ass? He's the center with the blonde dreadlocks from the Nets. That's a very cool look to me. If I were a black man, that'd be first order of business.
My answer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Robin Lopez.
Yes, dude. For just having a gigantic, and then he puts like a headband on like the back of his head because his hair's so thick that it stays.
Yeah, so then it doesn't get and fuck him up.
So he used to look like Sideshow Bob. Now he looks like Marge Simpson. He puts it all in like a.
He just looks. He looks hilarious, and he's a funny guy. He's a goofball.
Like,
He's a pretty funny guy too.
He is pretty funny. But so in the Raps Wizards game on Thursday, he just does this fucking move where he dribbles into the paint. He basically does Siakam's move, but he doesn't spin. He just does a sidestep and lays it in. And he had 25 against us. How have we not fucking figured this out? He just gets to right at the top of the restricted area, a little and then just floater in. It's what are we doing here?
Can't defend him. He's too tall.
He's I don't know what the fuck. So can we get someone else on him maybe? Is Freddie Gillespie, get him out here? Just kidding. I wouldn't want Freddie to get cooked like that, man.
Gillespie.
Just think of Dizzy Gillespie, that trumpet player. Right?
What?
You don't know that guy? Never mind.
I don't remember him.
You're not a big jazz guy. He's the guy that he played trumpet so long that it changed the structure of his jaw. So when he blew into the trumpet, it made he had frog cheeks.
Oh,
that's who that is.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah. So he just think of Dizzy Gillespie, Freddie Gillespie. Simple, really. And the final individual accolade award, Drip or Drown. Award for the player who's most swaggy with it. Who do you think
most swaggy with it?
So the best dressed, essentially. Who has the best drip?
I have no clue.
Well, because Matt doesn't have Instagram or Twitter, from his perception, it's who looks best in their jersey, I suppose, because
yeah,
I haven't seen any of these guys off the court in your life, really. No,
I will say, Birch, Toronto Raptors Birch,
yeah,
always wearing those Zoom Freak ones
on the court.
So,
what am I, some kind of fucking idiot? I said I have all these awards and I didn't even put a shoe award. God, I'm so
you're a moron.
God, I'm so stupid but handsome. Right? So
Sam, I take that every time.
Sam, right? Sam, right? That's true, Mason.
You're correct.
Okay, so I'll take the reins on this one. Award for the players who's most swaggy with it. This is going to be controversial for the people who appreciate drip and clothes and all this shit. The runner-up goes to Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J, the center I think he's just a forward for the Grizzlies. I think I align my style most with his. He'll be on League Fits or fucking whatever, BR kicks and all this bullshit. He's always wearing something. I would like that outfit. He's always wearing a shop coat with a hoodie underneath. It's a Balenciaga shit, nice shoes. But the award goes to Terry Rozier from the Charlotte Hornets. Similar thing. I just I align most his swag and mine are cut from the same cloth. I feel we're both our swag chakras are in tune with one another.
His swag and I are cut from the same cloth. His cloth is a tiny bit more expensive than my cloth.
Yeah, well,
it's the same cloth.
Well, it's where he has a closet full of this cloth. I have one item.
Yeah.
I have one Fear of God long sleeve. Yo, MFs get.
He's sponsored by it. I have it.
MFs get one piece of essentials and wear it till it's not. Right? I don't know. This wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So whenever you say anything like that, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Whenever I phrase anything like an internet thing, excuse me.
Exactly. I'm okay.
That's funny, dude. Can we get back?
30 years old. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Can we get back to talking over each other instead of you saying this stupid crap? But
yeah.
What was I gonna say though? Oh, I don't know how this would come up in the podcast, but uncircumcised dudes be treating they foreskin like a cast iron. So I thought of that on the drive home.
Why is that?
Because you don't have to wash a cast iron or something. And
what?
So it's you don't have to it's bad to put soap on a cast iron or some shit. Don't tell me you've been washing your cast iron.
guys with foreskin have to especially clean it.
Yeah, that's the joke,
Clean it
fuckhead.
more.
Why did I start a podcast with you? That's the joke, is that they don't clean it. God damn it. But wait, don't they do have to clean it? This guy's
gross.
You're talking friggin' gross, crazy stuff right now. Yeah, that's the point, is that it's like, oh yuck, haha. Stunned silence, folks. He doesn't even know what to say. All right. Now Zoom is on my side and has frozen Matt, so now I can get to the team awards. The You Blew It Award for the team that underperformed the most. Who do you think underperformed the most this season of teams?
Underperformed.
Who had their sights? I think I was having trouble coming up with a runner-up, but I think the winner is a pretty solid lock.
Well, let's just go like last half of the season. I got to go with the Lakers.
Underperformed. Yeah, very hurt by injury. Who knew
hurt
that
by injury, obviously.
Who knew that having your two best guys go out? But then, like, you look at their team.
That's true.
No, you look at their team. It's like they have Schrader, they have Harrell, they have Gasol, they got Drummond in the buyout market. Like, they shouldn't be fucking whatever. What are they, 2-8 in their last 10 or some shit?
They dropped from like 3rd to 7th or whatever. Or
yeah,
8th.
Right now they're in the play-in. They're tied with the Blazers right now. So it's like, yeah. So I guess that's yeah. So that's a good runner-up. But I put after their heroic run to the, or wait, was that last? Fuck, I'm so confused by the timeline. Yeah, it was last year. Their heroic run to the bubble finals, only to be 6th right now, I think. The Miami Heat.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy's just Jimmy and Bam are just dragging these motherfuckers. Duncan Robinson's made like the most threes ever for like a person his age, or like the fastest to 300 threes. Kendrick Nunn's playing insane, but it's something's missing. Why aren't they? They should be like up there with like the Bucks, and you know.
Yeah, they were these people are like, these are a threat. Here's the threat.
Yeah, well, it's like these guys.
Look out.
How did didn't they like take a game or two off the late? I can't remember how that finals went. I was like, well, the Raptors are out of it. Fuck y'all. I'm out. I'm a baseball guy again.
It was like, was it this year or last year? The run to the finals. Like, well, we haven't done the finals yet this year, so
well,
I'm gonna go with it was last year.
Well, because I was thinking for some reason in my head, I'm like, well, Rondé was still on, like Hollis Jefferson was still on the Raptors. So was that last year or 2 years ago? But 2 years ago was when the Raptors won it. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
It's true,
yeah. So ain't that some shit? But yeah, I think I had very high hopes for the Heat. I thought they would be like where the Bucks are, kind of thing, just because Jimmy is the dog he is. But who the hell knows? I think the Heat in particular would be a team like a bottom seed team I wouldn't want to have to face, because like if I was like the Knicks, like the Heat could like take, like, even the way the Knicks are playing, like the Heat could take a few games off the Knicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like even knock them out. But so the next one, I'm gonna dox myself in the next award. The Mason Dezan Overachiever Award, awarded to the team that performed the best despite expectations being nearly zero, having no pressure on them whatsoever to succeed, but succeeding anyway.
Do you think like the Wizards had pressure to win?
I don't think necessarily. I think the expectations were like, well, I guess because they got Russ. Yeah, maybe, but I think them making the play-in is a win for the Wizards. You know what I mean? Because it's like them making the play-in is showing Beal like, hey, we're taking steps. Finish this contract and then sign with the Raptors. They're saying to Beal, Westbrook's gonna go play with the Bucks and win a chip. Just joking. The Overachiever Award, of course, goes to the New York Knicks. They're in fucking 4th place right now. They're doing incredible.
They are doing incredible.
Overachiever isn't really the right word, I think. It's like who exceeded expectations this year.
Your choice of words for the awards are terrible.
Well,
terrible.
This kind of happens when they're like, okay, so you're at work for 9 hours. There's 7 minutes of work to do. So just let your fucking mind rot and melt out your ears as you try to think of jokes for your stupid podcast you're going to do later. Like, yeah, I wish the podcast was my job and not this, because the podcast, despite being a 45-minute conversation, is somehow more work than my current job.
My 40-hour-a-week job.
My 40-hour-a-week job is way easier than talking to my brother for about an hour. That's where we're at, folks. But yeah, the Knicks are no runner-up. Just the Knicks, baby.
Overachieving.
Exceeding expectations. I remember, I forget what podcast I was listening to, but they did like their, like before the season started, they did their, it was Pod Don't Lie. They were doing their like predictions, and they're like, okay, who do you think the top 8 in the East are going to be? And then they're talking, he's like, well, I don't know who else to put, because like I need the Knicks at 8. And then like he like was howling with laughter at him because he's like, oh, you're going to have the Knicks at 8? The Knicks aren't making the fucking... And then Julius Randle and RJ Barrett just both take massive jumps. And they're just like, Thibodeau is like, they're just excelling. Nerlens Noel also, he's the only guy in the league that's averaging 2 blocks a game. Not even a fucking whiff of Nerlens Noel Defensive Player of the Year. It's all this fucking, this Kiwi bastard, Ben Simmons. Defensive Player of the Year, DPOY. What's that stand for? De Pussy of the Year? I'll give you that award, Ben Simmons. I've got a defensive player right here for you, buddy. It's in my pants.
You know what's funny? In basketball, they award the people like all by name.
What do you mean?
That's what they go by. They go by like their title, their notoriety. That's how it's like. Oh yeah, Ben Simmons. He's a Defensive Player of the Year. It's like, are we looking at none of the numbers then? Yeah. We're not going to look at any of the numbers. Whereas in hockey, they do the opposite. They go numbers. Only
stats.
And then they don't look at the actual play whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the media definitely spins it towards into Simmons' favor. But like, as we said in our OG for Defensive Player of the Year award episode, they have similar numbers. And OG is, I think, 6th on DPOY right now. Like they're
that's better.
The NBA's leaderboard. Well, because they have fucking Matisse Thybulle in 5th. It's like, okay, come on. I think OG might be doing a little more than Matisse, you know.
Yeah, no, but I think shit. Even though that guy yams on the Raptors every time.
That you're thinking of Daniel Tice. Matisse Thybulle's the rookie for the Sixers. But
is he not?
No, he's the guy. You're thinking of the. Are you thinking of the big? You're thinking of the big German guy who got traded from the Celtics to the Bulls.
I know who Tice is. Matisse
Thybulle. I don't know. He doesn't really yam on the Raptors. He's still like a rookie. He's the guy that they refused to trade for Kyle Lowry. Cowards.
I feel like whenever I hear a person's name and I have that negative reaction to it, I go, "Oh, he must play the Raptors really well," because I have this kind of negative.
He must play for the fucking Celtics
feeling.
Yeah, you have like a negative ASMR in your mind towards him. Yeah. The guilty pleasure team, the team that you hate to love. This one's more open for discussion. A very funny thing. I forget what the context. The song "Pony" by Genuine came on at work, and everyone's like, or was that it? No, it was a different situation. That was when we were talking about what our stripper song would be. The song, the "Save Your Tears" remix by The Weeknd featuring Ariana Grande came on. And there's this guy who's like 42 at my work, and he's like, "Music sucks now. All this music sucks." And I'm like, I actually like Ariana Grande is like a really good singer, and The Weeknd is good too. And then I'm like, yeah, it's definitely like a guilty pleasure of mine because I'm more of like a punk and like into like rap and shit. But like, I like put on like this is like, how can you listen to this and be like, this sucks? This is just like the most agreeable, upbeat like pop music ever. And it's like, yeah, this is actually bad. That it's like a perfect like it's like made in a lab to like get stuck in your head and be enjoyable. This actually sucks. But we were talking about that, and then
Yeah, exactly.
we were talking about guilty pleasures, and then we asked this one woman, it's like, oh, what's your guilty pleasure for like it started about music, but then just became like in general. And she's like, I guess my guilty pleasure would be I don't like Indian people. I'm like,
Whoa,
yeah,
okay.
I guess I don't think you know what guilty pleasure means.
That's no. That's something different.
That's yeah, you that's another very deep issue that you have with your mind. That's a different thing.
That's called a guilty guilt. That's what
Yeah,
that is.
I guess that's guilty conscience. I guess is that what it would? That's what you're thinking of. Yeah,
it's a bad.
yeah. Didn't say a lot after that. She kind of messed the vibe up.
Well, I gotta go.
Well, I'm gonna go sit in the stacks of chairs that I've arranged around an outlet so I can charge my phone and look at videos. So no one can see me when they walk by.
I'm gonna go hide. See ya.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go fuck off. I'm gonna go play Mario Galaxy in the library. But my guilty pleasure team, the Atlanta Hawks. I was watching Hawks highlights today, and they're a fun team. Cause like I don't like Trae Young. Like I've said in the past, he plays a dishonorable game, trying to just like gaming for fouls kind of thing. But they just got Lou Williams at the trade deadline. They have Gallinari, who I liked on the Thunder, big guy. Clint Capella rebounding machine. He's cool. I liked him on the Rockets. Is it Bogdanovich or Bogan? No, Bogey's for the Jazz. The other one, the guy that fucked over the Bucks and was like, "No, I'm actually going to the Hawks." That guy's cool. Who the fuck else plays for the Dickheads? Oh, John Collins is cool. But yeah, they just have I was watching. They have a cool team. So I was like, damn,
yeah, nice.
Aside from Trae, and I said in a past episode that Trae was out for the season. He is not out for the season. He was playing last night against the Pacers. I think it was the Pacers.
I think I have a better answer.
Okay, guilty pleasure team. If you say those MF Boston Celtics.
No, I'm gonna say I can't even think of the name of the team right now. The Golden State Warriors.
What?
Golden State.
A somehow worse team than the Celtics.
Guilty pleasures. You know why? Because you watch and you're like, how can you not enjoy watching Steph Curry just absolutely dominate players?
Yeah.
You're thinking, oh, well, it's so simple. He just comes up and he like shoots it from way out. It's like, he's so talented that he can like shoot it from anywhere.
Yeah,
he's unbelievable.
He had a quote.
Unbelievable.
He had a quote, and I forget who was interviewing him, but he talks about he's like, it gets to a point where people just expect greatness from you, so they kind of take it for granted. Like this shit isn't easy. I think they like
exactly.
It was either I think he was asked about Westbrook because Westbrook's had like 4 triple doubles in a row or some bullshit, and it's just like people see that and they're like, oh yeah, of course. What do you mean? It's like no, this shit is hard, dude. This is not easy to do this. It's not easy to pull up from
Westbrook. Yeah,
it's not easy to pull up from 45 feet and hit a 3-pointer. People just are just like, it's Steph. So it's like, yeah, but what? You can't, you know what I mean?
Can you add like another line so I can get 4 points?
That would I wouldn't like that. Trae Young said that, and I'm like, shut up, Trae. Stop being billed at 6'1". You're clearly 5'11".
But Westbrook has had 30 triple doubles this season.
Yeah, this season in 55 games.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a thing where it's like before yesterday, like if he didn't play, or if he got like all zeros on his stat line for the remaining 6 games, he'd still average a triple double in the season.
That's crazy.
I love Russ so much, dude. He's probably my favorite player in the league.
He's nuts.
I've been saying that. I left him off the guy with the swaggiest guy because that's just like for all the fashion heads out there. That's just a basic answer, I feel, because he's so different. Just does his own damn thing. But I have love for Russ in my heart. In fact, I have a photo. I have him and James Harden's GQ photo in a frame on my desk right now.
It's true. I've seen it.
That is a damn fact. As well as a Jerome Williams Raptors bobblehead.
Huh?
What? You don't remember this? Don't remember this guy?
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Stole it from my work at the thrift store that I used to work at. I tweeted this from my personal account. It is important to steal from your workplace. You're basically giving them time in exchange for money, which is extremely fucked up, so you should take shit. It's like that meme of like, yo, if you make me wait for the pussy and it's trash, I'm stealing shit from your house. It's like the whole top line blocked out, but it's like, if you make me trade my time for money, I'm stealing shit. I got a globe from the schools I used to work at.
I guess they do take supplies.
Go bigger. Take a BMW from the vice president's parking spot.
Take a transmission home.
Take a whole transmission home and put it in your car. Have your car explode on the way to work because it's not compatible. Yeah,
because it has two transmissions.
Yeah, yeah. The whole undercarriage falls out because it's too heavy. There's an extra 400 pounds in there. But yeah, get at us on Twitter at sports_pod100. Let us know what you've stolen from your work. I remember when I used to work at schools in our hometown area, I took like a big pack of like the distributor pack of like batteries that they send to people, where it's like, oh, you have a ton of shit that needs batteries at your place. Here's 48 batteries in like individual packs and whatever the fuck. Like the pack that you're meant to just put on the shelf kind of thing.
Right.
So I haven't bought batteries in I think 5 years because I've just been using those.
Pretty sweet.
Not a lot of shit takes batteries anymore though. It's just like clocks and the remote.
Yeah, that's basically it.
You open the remote up, AAA,
and you want to kill yourself. You're like, come on.
You whip the remote at the ground and it doesn't even break. You're so and it just like bounces. Like damn, I missed the gym. I would say at that. The final award in the Sporty Awards, the first annual. We're gonna do this every fucking year. The final award, best podcast. The best podcast goes to the Sports Distraction Podcast. What the heck? Runner-up all other basketball and basketball adjacent podcasts. What the hell? I can't believe this. I start crying.
I was gonna give it to someone else.
Who are you gonna give it to?
For sports?
Just giving
sports related?
Just giving a sincere, not funny at all answer. Actually, I'd probably give it to like the Low Post. They do like a lot of work and like good interviews and stuff.
Hey, Matt, you have all the power here, okay? You have all the power. You can give it to anybody. You decide. You have the power, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Pod don't lie.
I'd probably give it to Joe Rogan. No, it's so funny. I sneakily texted
it's an MMA podcast.
Yeah, this is my MMA and alt-right adjacent podcast that I'm just I saw a person on Twitter had like a great description of it. It's like people like Joe Rogan because he's like a golden retriever. You just say anything to him and he just smiles stupidly and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, like yeah, actually, I don't believe like Jewish people are real people. Okay, it's really interesting. It has the same reaction to that as to yeah, hey, we're gonna go to Popeyes for lunch. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Like no matter what the input is, he has the same reaction. So it's like that's why people like him, because he's just a true neutral fucking like nothing guy.
This this boy dumb.
It's not even, well, he's probably gotten fucking pounded in the head in sparring matches in jiu-jitsu for whatever 30 years, so that probably has some kind of toll on him.
I don't know. Maybe behind the scenes he ate one of them bull testicles and it did something to him.
Behind the scenes of Fear Factor. Maybe he went into the glass case that they filled with flies, and he undid all the locks, and he's like, that was a religious experience. That was powerful. Says the dumbest shit you ever heard. I love people that it's funny when people like defend guys like that, because it's like, I'm gonna go to bat for the most famous guy in his field at something. It's like, dude, like just
he doesn't care, so why would you care?
I'm gonna care for this guy on behalf of him. I'm gonna.
Would you think I'm cool?
Would you go on Rogan? I think we've done this bit already. If you won, yeah,
I would. 100%.
So what was it like on Fear Factor?
Come on, man. Tell me it sucked.
Tell me about, is working on TV cool? Should I try to get on TV? Joe
again. Tell me it sucks.
Joe, could I host it? Do you think I could host Fear Factor?
Because if you tell me it sucks, then I can go, yeah, see, that's why I didn't do it, because it sucks. Not because I'm not talented and I don't have the ability or anything. It's because that's why I didn't do it.
Anything aside from anything where you get dizzy, I could do any of the shit on Fear Factor, I think.
I couldn't eat anything they have to eat. Other than maybe the bugs.
What kind of,
not the wet ones, you know?
What is wet on Fear Factor that they're eating?
Some of the bugs are like, they're clearly juicy. It's like, nah, I couldn't eat it.
Interesting. I guess
give me a dry bug. I could eat that.
Can you give me like a dry bug and like maybe like a pesto or something on this? Yeah, I don't think I would feel bad if it was alive. I wouldn't want to kill a bug to eat it. That would make me sad.
Remember when they were really on the one thing for a long time? Those like I can't remember what kind of spiders they were.
Yeah, it's
they had like arms.
Yeah, the whip-tailless scorpion. So they had like
no, that ain't.
No, that's what it is. That's Google it, fuckhead. I know that's what it is. I was hilarious.
Do that again.
It's like Google whip-tail scorpion and it comes up. Because I don't know why.
Whip-tail scorpion.
This is Matt. You're ruining the Sporties right now. The whole award show.
How the fuck is that it?
Isn't that it? I don't know. Who gives a fuck? This is visual. This is a visual bit. Avert from the bit. Right. It's visual.
Okay. I'm looking at it. It's scaring me.
What was it? I saw this thing is a picture of like what's a group of crabs called? Whatever like an army of crabs is called. They came up and like invaded a campsite, and there's people just like sitting at the campfire being like like shrugging and shit. It's like, I would be fucking losing it if that happened. Are you kidding me?
Like how many?
Like 300, and they're big. Like coconut crabs are huge, like the size of like your cat. It's like, dude,
Okay, so what do we do here?
I would freak the fuck out. Be like,
are we fine?
Well, I guess like after like at first it'd be like, oh fuck, but then it'd be like, oh, they're just crabs. They don't really attack you. They're just kind of they're passing through.
They just kind of meander through sideways, like, hello.
Oh, sorry. One's wearing a hat and carrying a briefcase. Hey, he's going to work. See you, man. But well, that concludes the first annual Sporty Awards. What I would do in a situation where I was surrounded by crabs, and what we would do on Joe Rogan. That's wow, did we get on a tangent, right?
The closing ceremonies.
The closing ceremonies, we all have to shotgun a Mountain Dew and then eat a Rocky Mountain oyster. We all have to flip a car and then walk around, or what? Didn't they do stuff where like you have to like walk down the runway naked or something on Fear Factor?
That seems not allowed.
Well, I remember it's not even that. It's like, well, because that is, I guess some people would be fearful of such a thing. But you just like, I remember watching it as a kid and being like, maybe they won't blur it. maybe maybe they'll show tits and cock on television on ABC. Maybe they'll show.
Here we go.
Holy shit!
It's 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's we just finished dinner and now this. Yeah. Fuck. All right, folks. Tell us what you thought of the Sporty Awards in the comments down below. Thank you to the Airbuds podcast for putting this premise into my mind. Because I listened to that, I'm like, you know who could do this better than a stand-up comedian and a television writer? Me and my brother.
Yeah. And by me and my brother, I mean me.
I mean me, and then Matt. I don't know. You're basically. We should do this show where you're the producer, and we do it Tim Dillon style, where I just monologue and you talk a little bit. Oh, what? I don't want to learn to produce the podcast.
We already kind of do that.
Yeah. If we ever did like a video setup where I was like trying to get shit on like a screen and stuff, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Video content coming soon, maybe. If I can be fucked to do anything at all in the current world. Once I'm vaxxed up, I'm gonna be like fucking Eric Andre, out messing with people.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just
gonna be flashing that card everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking staple it to my forehead. Excuse. It's like a clearly infected, fucking horrifying like staple shit on my forehead. Excuse me, sir. I'm actually vaccinated, so.
But you're leaking pus out your face, so
yeah, your head is clearly infected. It's like your eyes are swollen shut. I'm vaccinated though, so.
What, sir?
What is wrong? Why can I not enter your establishment? I'm clearly vaccinated. Yeah. Fuck. Well, like I said, 1 week's time from when y'all motherfuckers are hearing this, your boy's getting his first shot. So I'll report back. Vaccine review next, probably Wednesday, when I've organized all the shit in the background of my Zoom call, because vaccines give you autism according to all the Facebook groups I'm in. Just kidding. That'd be funny. Maybe I should leverage this into like convincing conservative morons. Like I'll just be like, yeah, I'll lie. If you give me like $100,000, I'll lie and say the vaccine fucked me up. I don't give if you pay me, I'll do it. JP.
Give me money. As soon as the check cleared, you're like, I lied.
It was fake. I'm too much of a moral. I have too strong of a constitution to. I will never. I will never sell out my beliefs. I go to the vaccine site and he like dips the needle into a Sprite and pulls it out. I'm like, what is? He's like, no, this is the vaccine. What do you mean? What if I told you there's already a cure and he gives me a Canada Dry cranberry? That's been the cure the whole time. That's why I haven't gotten COVID. Yeah.
So good.
So good. Comment your favorite carbonated beverage, folks. DM me it. Yell it as loud as you can while you're listening to the podcast. Yell what your favorite soda is with your parents in the room. All right, fuckers. Thank you for listening.